Good morning. Welcome from Shepherd's Heart Fellowship. My name is Marcia and I work with the music, the Christian Ed team, the missions and evangelism teams. So I'm here to bring you some more days of 100 Days of Love by Thomas Carruth. Today we're starting on day 42. It's called Lovelessness. I can almost not say that. Lovelessness. The verse is John 5:42. But I know you. I know that you do not have the love of God in your hearts. The prayer is, help us, our Father, not only to talk about love, but also to have love in our deepest nature. Affirmation, today I will become love. About that. Today I will become love. The scripture lesson is from John 8:3-9. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now what do you say? They were using this question to trap in order to have a basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning, he straightened up and said to them, Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. Again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away, one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, and the woman was still standing there. Lovelessness, the meditation. I once heard a great preacher speak on the greatest sin in the world, lovelessness. If the presence of love is the greatest thing in the world, then the absence of love is the greatest tragedy in the world. We can help to kill people by not loving them. Hell is a place for people who do not care. Heaven would be hell to some people because they would be surrounded by people who love. Not to love is not to live. People who hurt Christ and the church most are not the people who hate, but the people who ignore. Sometimes we get so busy doing good until we forget that the most important business of life is to love. And I want to repeat one line again. Not to love is not to live. Okay, day 43 is expressing love to one another. The verse is John 13:34. A new command I give you, love one another as I have loved you, so you must love another. The prayer, we are thankful this day for all who love us and let us know they care. The affirmation, today I will express love to others. Our scripture starts with our memory verse, John 13:34-38. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. Simon Peter asked him, Lord, where are you going? Jesus replied, Where I am going, you cannot follow, but you will follow later. Peter asked, Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you. Then Jesus answered, Will you really lay down your life for me? Very truly I tell you, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. Whew. Meditation. Many people will live this day through without a single person saying to them, I love you. You can change your home by starting the day with each member of the family saying, I love you. The great Christian wife said, My husband promised me before we married that every night he would say, I love you and kiss me goodnight. She said he has never failed. Think of the many ways God is trying to say to you, I love you. God says, I love you through the beauty and inspiration of nature. In a garden, in a sunset, in the starry sky, God says, I love you through persons, a friend, a minister, a doctor, a servant, a companion, a father, a mother, a child. God says, I love you through His Word, His Son, His Spirit, His salvation. Will you listen? God is loving you now. I like that. God is loving you now. Day 44 is about being possessed by love. And the verse comes from John 13:35, which we just read a little bit ago. Part of it says, if you love one another, is the last part of that. The prayer, help us to know, our Father, that we must have love before we can share it. The affirmation, today I will be possessed by love. John 14:27-31. Being possessed by love. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. You heard me say, I am going away, and I am coming back. If you loved me, you would be glad that I am going to the Father, for the Father is greater than I. I have told you now before it happens, so that when it does happen, you will believe. I will not say much more to you. The prince of this world is coming. He has no hold over me, but he comes so that the world may learn that I love the Father and do exactly what my Father has commanded me. Come now, let us leave. The meditation for being possessed by love. Everybody is possessed by something. Some are possessed by pleasure. Some are possessed by power. Some are possessed by purpose. Some are possessed by fear. Some are possessed by faith. And some are possessed by God and Christian love. Dr. Thomas Chalmers gave us the expression, the expulsive power of a great affection. The expulsive power of a great affection. Life's most inspiring experiences can come through being possessed by love. Two young people fall in love, a home is born, and a family becomes alive. Two friends meet, and the rest of their lives they inspire each other. A wayward sinner meets Jesus Christ, who loves him and transforms him, and he is eternally different. To be possessed by hate is to be a prisoner. To be possessed by love is to have endless freedom. And I repeat that. To be possessed by love is to have endless freedom. And that's it for today. I hope you have a very blessed week, and God bless you and be with you, and we'll see you next week.